And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is Tuesday. It is beautiful here, and you are beautiful too. Hey, welcome in. It really is great to have all of you here today. We're going to be getting into some fun stuff. So let's just jump over into some Minecraft. And behind me, I have my new furnace, or well, the controls for my new furnace anyway. The problem is I have no fuel, right? So to recap, I have a small furnace array, okay? It's 64 furnaces, which is, great and all. And I've got all the redstone in place, so it's all working fabulously. I just don't have a way to fuel it. So we're going to get started on that today. And it's going to be a thing. It's going to be a serious, bit of confusion, I think. So, right down these stairs. Okay, right down these stairs, we've got an empty hole. Hey, look, it's a big freaking hole. Yep, this is what I was doing with my free time. Yeah. So what's going to happen here is a thing. I'm going to put a kelp farm down here. The catch is, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Okay, that's not entirely true. I know a little bit how I'm going to do it. I'm going to farm the kelp over here. I'm going to break the kelp, and it's going to somehow end up going up into that soul sand block, which will get moved down here. And it will get moved into this one over here. Note the difference of location. In fact, I should hop up there and dig that down so I know where it's going to be. Yes, those bubble columns are a bit off center. There are reasons for that, I think. Yeah, no, there are reasons for it. It was just a matter of how things were lining up with the water streams up at the top. Okay. So nothing crazy. Right? It's nothing too bizarre. I think right here. I think it's going to be something we can work with. But the fun part here is going to be trying to figure out how to do it. Now, there are a couple of things I'm going to be doing here. So, obviously, water streams are going to be very important to this project. So, we're going to be doing that. But harvesting all of the kelp that's going to be planted here, which obviously I'm going to need some... Actually, I think I can plant kelp on stone. I'll have to try it. I may have to replace all of this with dirt or place a layer of dirt down, which would be time consuming, but not overly problematic. But here's the thing. I need a way of harvesting all the kelp. So what I'm going to be doing is building flying machines. And I think what I want to do is let's, one, eat a carrot because carrots are delicious. And two, let's get something. Do I have? I've got a lot of empty shulker boxes here. That's fine. I'm just going to use a little bit of diorite for the moment. And let's look at maybe placing a wall here. Okay. At least the hint of a wall. Okay. I think I'm going to change that, but that's what we've got so far. In fact, I think got a lot of stone here. Surprisingly enough, I've got huge amounts of stone. So let's take some of this stone. Let's turn this into stone brick. And I'm going to go ahead and replace this because, actually, I may end up wanting to replace this with glass. Okay. But for now, we'll do this. Now, this is going to have to come all the way across. Okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this wall That's going to go all the way up to not quite the ceiling, but up to the surface of something or other up here. Water's going to flow down. It'll flow over this wall. Nope. I'm going to have to move this wall out one. Because I think, where is that? 8,366 minus 5,313, which is right where I'm standing. So yeah, the wall's gonna have to be over here. At least, let's go here. All right. Hey, measure once, cut 4 times or something. Measure once, cut, over and over and over again until you finally just have to go buy a new piece of wood. Right? That's how that works. I don't know. I don't do construction. I'm sure that's absolutely how it works, right? Absolutely, right? I'm a programmer. You write the code and then you debug the code and then you write the code again. Right? That's just how this works. It's going to be the same thing. Totally. All right, so the idea is, yeah, I may have to take out one more layer of stone. We'll find out. I know a way I can find out. Haha, look, there's stone there. Oh, I'm stuck. Let's go get some kelp. Let's go get some kelp. It's going to be kelp-tastic. It's also going to be up here somewhere. Also, I'm playing with a slightly different orientation of my mic. It seems to be working okay, but, gotta pay attention to such things. Okay, so we'll grab a little bit of kelp here. Doesn't have to be a lot. All right. So we'll let the copper golems pretend like they know how to sort that stuff, and let's head back down to the kelp farm. All right. Yeah, see? You can... Ooh. Well, this looks safe. It's lukewarm ocean, so, that's totally a thing. But yes, so I can plant kelp on stone, so that's good to know. Okay, so I won't have to replace... I'll have to replace all my divots, which, is just polite. But I won't have to dig this out and replace it all with stuff. So let's see now. I've got a couple of things. I think the plan here is to build 2 or 3 or 4 flying machines. We'll see how far I have to go with this stuff, and see if that will work. The plan here is to rig them off of a daylight sensor. So, or actually not a daylight sensor, a clock of some sort, possibly a daylight detector, because I'm far enough underground that a daylight sensor is not going to cut it. Okay, so that's a thing we should try to keep in mind. Also, I need to be slightly aware. I've got some levers that power a minecart. I could probably move those if I have to, but something I have to be aware of. All right, so let's go get some redstone goodness and figure out, see if I can remember how to build a flying machine. Shouldn't be that hard, right? Also, I need to see if I actually have some obsidian over here. I could use furnaces to stop the flying machine, but I feel like obsidian would be kind of nice. Okay, did not put it in there. Cool. I don't know. I don't know where I left any of it. Cool. Good news is I've got a lot of kelp over here, so I may have to go get some obsidian. I did leave a couple of shulker boxes. That's coal. And brown glazed terracotta. We're going to need this as well. And actually, let's just bring this whole box with me. All right. So I may need to go hunt up some obsidian. Fortunately, I've got a bunch. I'm going to sleep first. It's night. Let's make with the sleepy. Right. Sleeping is done. Let's go get that obsidian. I've been AFK here off and on, so, you know, there's the very real chance that something would want to try to eat my face if I came out of the science lab. So, you know, that's a thing. Face eating is, you know, something. I think I'm going to go this way. I could go to my base in the Badlands, but I'm just going to head over here. It's a little bit longer flight. It probably doesn't make any sense, but I'm going to head over to the gold farm because I know I have obsidian there. We're just going to go with it. It'll be fine. Okay? Okay. So let's see what fun and excitement we've got over here. Oh, bunch of AFK spots up there. That's fine. I actually need to get back down and fix my wither skeleton farm. Because it would be really cool if it worked. It kind of barely sort of works right now. All right. Yeah, we'll grab some crying obsidian. That seems reasonable. And since I'm right here, and in case you're wondering, yes, my chests are in fact very quiet. Ender chests not so much, but the regular chests and the copper chests, I've got a resource pack from Vanilla Tweaks that hushes those a little bit, because down there in the science lab where the copper golems are, is loud. So it is the drawback to this style of sorting system that I'm using there. The one I've got in the Badlands, which is also copper golem based, is a little bit easier to work with because the golems are further away, so you don't really hear them as much. But in this one, they're right there, and they're opening the chest right there next to you. It's a little loud, so I said it's just a little resource pack to keep things slightly more peaceful. All right, so let's drop into the thing. All right, and up we go. All right, so now that we've got some uh-oh. All right, hang on. I need apparently this didn't break. You're supposed to break. Thanks. There they go. Okay. It's the one drawback to that system too, is that, hey, I'm not here. That's broken. All right. So let's meander down here and see if we can't figure out how to make ourselves a nice little flying machine. Okay, so our first step is to put down our chests of nonsense. Also, I should probably actually put a bunch of these empty shulker boxes someplace else, huh? That seems like a reasonable idea. Keep the stone, but because, yeah, they're empty and they're in the way. Okay, we'll deal with those later. In the meantime, up we go. Up, 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 we're hopping. All right, so anyway, how y'all doing? Hopefully you're having a reasonable day out there. Throw those empty shulkers up there. All right. And down we go. All right. So let's see. So our first step here is to see what I want to do is I want to build the flying machines. I don't know if I want to cut into this wall for them or not, but maybe not. I've got enough space. We're gonna be dealing with enough stuff happening here, enough kelp that I probably don't need to embed all of the stuff here. Okay, we're probably fine. All right, so let's do a thing. So I want to start by getting out. I'm gonna grab some slime. I brought some honey. I actually have more slime. If I need to, I may go back and get that. But we're going to need that. We're going to need observers. Looks like I'm going to have to craft up a few more of those. Fortunately, I've got plenty of stuff to do that. So that'll be fine. And I'm going to need some sticky pistons. Okay. Turns out sticky pistons are easy to make. And again, I have lots of slime, so we should be good to go. All right. So, step one of the machine. You know what? I want to get a couple of new blocks here. Let's get some new blocks here. I want to get some, maybe let's get some sea lanterns. That seems like a reasonable choice here. Sea lantern. Okay. I have some thoughts of things I want to be doing around here, but that's a problem for future me. Let's not get distracted. Yeah, I was thinking maybe some form of bubble vader. Just, you know, to get up and down to this level. All right, but let's see here. So if I take a sea lantern and I put it here, and then I want to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, so that'd be 9, 10, 11. I think this will be okay. All right, so we're going to need a piston here. Need a piston here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that works. And then, let's see. How does this go? Oops, that's the wrong way. No matter whether that actually goes there or not, that's the wrong way. Okay. We'll worry about that in a minute. Let's come over here, and I need to do a couple of things. Actually, I probably have to move something on this wall too, but all right. So this is gonna have to go that way. Okay. And now coming straight here. So where am I? I'm at 8380. So coming over here somewhere, 8380 puts me right there. Let's throw a little bit of obsidian. No, actually, those probably need to be forward a little bit because I don't want... Yeah, probably needs to go there. Just because I don't want those slime blocks hitting the wall here. Okay. When I could, I have enough... I brought all of that glazed terracotta so I can create a nice line for the flying machines to stop at, but... We'll deal with that in a moment. Okay, so we're going to have to come back this way. I'm about to cause myself all sorts of grief here, aren't I? Because flying machines are a special breed of cool, and if you do them wrong, which it's really easy to do, okay, they'll break in interesting ways. Okay, so what I want to do is, let's see if I break. Yeah, see? They break in interesting ways. Okay, cool. So, right. That makes sense. They're not attached. Okay, so what? How do I do this? I am not, you'll be surprised to learn, a master of the flying machine. Okay, I'm not. I have built them on occasion, but not the most frequently. I'd like them to stay flat like this because I have an idea. Okay, I don't know if it's going to work, but it's definitely an idea. So, kind of what I want to do. Let's see. Let's go. I don't know. Hang on. I'm confused. It's okay. Let's see. How do I flying machine? Don't. Let's see. I do need to have some sort of stickiness grabbing the piston or grabbing the dealy bob here. So I think if I put one of those there and one of these here, then I can slap my observer down. Okay. Now I might be running into piston push limits, so we're going to deal with that, but okay. So that kind of pulled things that way. And then if I do that, well, that didn't do anything. Okay. Are we dealing with push limits? I said that's very possible. Because if this wants to push, yes, that is definitely possible. So, hang on. This is why I brought honey. Okay. Okay, honey works. Now, the problem is I don't have quite a lot of honey, so hopefully this won't be too bad. Okay. I would like to, let's see. If I just, now this is where things are going to get fun. I'm dealing with confusion. It's okay. Let's see. Don't think this will work. It might work, but doesn't work. Okay. Cool. What I need to do is kick this guy off and make him move. Okay. Let's see. I've got a redstone. This is where, again, I'd be questioning piston push limits. Okay, so that goes. Oops, hang on. We're caught on the wall. All right, let's try this again. Okay, that pushes. Wow, that did a lot of nothing. Okay, you push. Oh, and it didn't pull. it would be... Okay, let's try it this way. Yeah, that's lots of not happening. Okay. Cool. I mean, maybe this'll work, right? Or not, I don't know. Yes, I think I do need that there. Okay, again, for those of you who like to turn in to see all the confusion, welcome. Okay. All right. Now, if that can't push because there's a thing in the way. Let's see. What if I do that? Okay. Oh, there it goes. Haha. Today we fly. Sweet. Okay. Now, assuming I've done this correctly, this should stop. Please stop. Oh yeah, definitely stop. Okay, it stopped. Cool. All right, so I actually need to put this... Actually, I could probably put this right here in the wall right there. Okay. Now, what I am going to want this to do is... oops, come on. Trigger so that it flies back. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but we have ourselves a flying machine. So, sweet. Honestly, what I could do is just have it stop on either side. And then kick over, right? Just each time the signal goes, it just does one sweep across. That would be fine, honestly. I'm down with that. Okay. So now it's just a matter of how do we trigger it? Now, what I want to do is I want to do hopefully a little bit of magic. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work. Okay. What I'd like to do, let's just put a little bit of this terracotta here. Okay. And if I were to put some redstone dust, which I happen to have. Okay. Okay. If I were to put some redstone dust on top of this. Okay. There could be a problem here. Don't worry. We'll burn that bridge when we get across it. Okay, but let's see. If I were to trigger this right now, we'll just put a button here. Okay. I was sort of hoping that would... Okay, that actually did trigger that. Interesting. Okay. Okay, that's cool. I don't know why that triggered, but okay. Also, I do have a quieter pistons resource pack. Redstone is loud, and I don't like the loud. All right. Ah, interesting. So I think this might work. So if I were to, yeah, let's go ahead and bring, yeah, this terracotta this way. Okay, now I'm stuck because honey is sticky. I know, you're all shocked. This just in, honey is sticky. Film at 11. Okay, okay. So what I want to try here is, again, we'll slap some redstone down. And let's Go ahead and craft up a button. Darn. I was hoping that would work. That if I were to... Oh, it did work a little bit. Let's see. What I need to do, hang on. This could be a case of be sure I'm just triggering the correct side. All right. Okay, so that pushed kind of that way. So what I was sort of hoping for is that maybe I could rig a system that would allow me to re-trigger all of these pistons just in case the flying machine gets stuck in the middle or something, right? But that is not happening here. Okay, we're not stuck on anything because it can't pull the obsidian. Okay, and it can't pull the glazed terracotta, so that is not an issue. All right, so if I were to break this block, for example, right, it's going to go kicking off across the way. Okay, so again, the flying machine works. Okay, it's not a question of does the machine work. What I was, again, hoping for is a way to trigger the machine. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. What if it'd be expensive, but what if I were to, let's see, how do I want to do this? All right, hang on a sec. Let's be sure this machine doesn't go anywhere. Okay. What if I were to take this out and, yeah, we'll take all of this out because this is just going to be the way now. I had hopes and dreams and they didn't happen. It's like going to buy snacks and all I've got is broccoli. The disappointment rages within. And so we flop. Okay. Now, I don't think this is going to work, right? If I put that there. No. Okay. Okay, pop that out. Right, so if I were to take this, right, I mean, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to be able to push anything. I was hoping I could get away with this and maybe deal with a little bit of helpful quasi-connectivity, but sadly, my connectivity is not quasi enough, apparently. Also, that's pointing the wrong way. I really wanted this to point this way. Oops, come on. Upsy daisy. Okay. Because I want this to look down. Okay. So if I were to place something under that, for example, like this. I mean, it triggers, but nothing happens, right? Which, again, not really a surprise here. Yeah, because I think to make that work, I'd have to put a block on top of that. right? I'd have to, honey doesn't play well with others. Okay. Huh. Yeah, because I could put honey here, right? Or put slime there. I think I'm hitting push limits. Okay. Again, this is going to be an interesting problem. Right. Torch. Yeah. I was hoping a little bit of quasi help there would be cool, but no. All right. I mean, that's fine, I guess. I was kind of hoping for a 1 block high flying machine just to keep things pretty, but I guess it doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and actually, for what I want to do, this might work better anyway. Problem is if I do it this way. If I do it this way, I'm going to lose some some lines of kelp, but honestly, that's probably a good thing. Okay, so if this goes right like that, okay. All right, things are going to get a little bit funky here, but that's okay. So what I need to do then is we'll need to sticky some things. How do I want to do this? I think, because I need those two to not stick to each other. Right, so I would need... Yeah, because I don't want those two to stick to each other. So I could... Right, I could put slime there. I'd have to dig out some space because slime's going to be a problem. Or the floor is going to be a problem. Right, because this is all going to have to go across this way. It's not how I want that to work. Okay. Right, so how do I stick this without making it too sticky? Okay, because I want, actually that shouldn't be. Yeah, hum is exactly how I feel. Hum. Maybe it won't matter. Actually, what if... Oh, okay. All right, hang on. I must do a thing, perhaps. All right, so what if I were to put this like that? Okay. Then I can put a slime block right there. This would have to come out, but that's okay. Right? Because if I don't, then it's that slime block is going to drag through lots of stuff, but all right. So let's take out that line of stuff so our slime doesn't stick. Okay, I don't need this anymore. Where's Mumbo Jumbo when I need him? With his epic sliminess. Not to say that Mumbo Jumbo is slimy, just he's really good at flying machines and I'm not, and I could really use some help of the Mumbo and Jumbo variety, okay? That's just how it goes. All right, so if I kick this off. All right, so this is going to flow. Awesome. this is a good thing. All right. So this will chug all the way across over here, right? Cleaning up all of our kelp, and then it will come to a stop right here, which it's supposed to at the moment. Okay, now, here's where things are going to get fun, I hope. Okay. So, what I need to do now is trigger that from underneath. But I think that's going to be my plan anyway. Said if I build this way, I either have to move the flying machine up, which would be okay, I suppose, or I'm going to lose one row at least of kelp. Because I'm thinking of maybe doing something under here. So, and the reason why is I would really, really like to potentially light up a block underneath this observer. So if it gets stuck, right, everything's just going to truck away and be happy and stuff, right? So let's see, do I have anything cool? Probably. Let me go see if I have a redstone lamp. Because the redstone lamps are awesome. Okay, I've got a note block. I also have some copper bulbs, but a note block will be fine. Actually, a note block, redstone blocks will probably work as well, but right. And that pushed, but then it didn't. Oh, right, because why did, oh, right. Turns out there's a wall here. All right, hang on. I have to fix. I make with the fixie. Turns out it's trying to move the entire mountain, and it can't really do that. That's okay. Okay. We'll make it happen. All right, so let's... Okay, woohoo. All right, so that will now trug across this way. Yeah, see, what I'm thinking of doing here is if I run note blocks all the way across here, right, then all I would need to do is trigger the note block. Yeah, maybe. It's just the problem is it would be even better if I could trigger both sides, but yeah, so right, that goes that way. Now, if something were to happen and this thing were to get stuck, right? Let me see. Do I have? We're gonna fake this here for a minute. All right, so let's force this thing to get stuck here. Okay. All right, so this thing's gonna stop, right? Now, what happens? Oh, that's not quite what I had in mind, but you know, it's a thing. Sure. Let's try that again, this time with feeling. All right, so this is going to come this way. Now it'll get stuck here because it won't be able to push the entire mountain. All right, let's duck under this. We'll stop that from pushing off this way while I get rid of this thing. Okay, so now, if I were to remove... Okay, it's going to take that out. And if I were to blink that, see, then it's just going to trigger. So I think this will work. Basically, I would just need a line of note blocks running all along here. Yeah, and it doesn't matter if they have noise on them or not. Because all they're looking for is a state change, perhaps? Okay. Here, let's grab another note block here for a minute. Okay, so that's going to fly across. So what I want to do is let's come back over this way. Flying machines, flying machines. Oh, we've got the flying machines. They're so fun and they're cool. Oh, you know, redstone rules. Oh, yeah. Got a flying machine. All right, so now, if I were to come back here with my happy stone, sure. That'll work. Let's get ourselves a button. Right? Yeah, see, that'll go. Okay, perfect. So now, in theory, even if everything were to get stuck, I should be able to trigger any sort of thing. I think note blocks are going to be the way to go with this. Ooh, that does make noise. Maybe it won't matter. I don't know. Of course, the catch is let's be sure I can actually trigger it the way I'm hoping. All right, so if I do that, okay. I don't know if this is going to work. So that doesn't work. But if I put a block under it, yes, that does work. Okay. All right, cool. So I can rig this way. It's going to involve lots of another round of digging, but that's okay. Can make this happen. But what I should end up with afterwards is a fairly reliable system here. Okay, so all right, so if that goes there. Okay. All right, hang on. Yeah, we're gonna have to do all sorts of fun digginess down here, but I think it'll be okay. Right. Oh. Yeah, that's fine, except what's going to happen here. Right, so if I run this way. Right, and I run like so. Right, if I do that, then what's going to happen here if I light this stuff up? Yeah, see, it's the redstone doesn't actually connect to these blocks. For this to work, I would need these to be target blocks, of which I do not have enough. I definitely don't have enough target blocks. What happens if I were to make this another note block? Yeah, it doesn't connect. So Darn. Okay. So what I'm going to have to do here is messy. I mean, I could run repeaters, right? And it's going to take a lot of repeaters, and I probably don't have the redstone for it, but I could run repeaters into all of these blocks, which will work, but ick. Or I go get target blocks for this. But said the plan here would be for the plan here would be for to be able to trigger all of this. Yeah, it's doable. See, what I'm planning on doing is, right, this would all be like so, right? We'd have kelp running all along here. I can't have kelp on this row because turns out it'll just all get broken by this. Same on this row. We'd lose both of these. Yeah, which is unfortunate. Wonder if I do it like this. I mean, that'll stick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I'm beyond the limit here. Yeah, I think I've now surpassed the piston push limit. I was okay when it was just 1. But now that it's 2 blocks, it's too much. Okay, so that works, but the other does not. Well, phooey. Yeah, so I would have to shorten this machine on this side by 1 block, which I could do. I'm certainly at a stage where I could make that change. And that would give me 1 extra row of kelp. Actually, like 4 extra rows of kelp. Yeah, I think I want to do that. So let's change this. So, all right, time to rebuild a flying machine. All right, so that comes out. All right, so we flying machine. So you'll go here, okay? And then the other one goes next to it. I've already forgotten how to build it. How do I flying machine? All right. This goes here. Hey, Snoopers! How's it going? Welcome, welcome. If you're having a fabulous day over there on the Twitches. Hi. Today I flying machine. Tomorrow I probably also flying machine. It's going to be great. Right, so that goes there. All right, and now, before I put that in, so why am I flying machine? I am flying machine because I am also kelp farm. Yeah, so I'm going to be making a kelp farm here. It's going to be great. And because what I want to do is I want to collect the kelp and feed it into the new furnace system I built on Thursday, right? So it's going to come up here into all the noodles, right? The kelp will break, drop down here into the smokers, right? They get cooked, crafted into kelp blocks, and then fed back into the system to fuel the smokers. And also, the 64 furnaces that I have here. So yeah, this is why I need all the kelp. I need so much kelp. But I am also trying to flying machine, and it's been a while since I've built flying machines. Okay. So we do the thing. Let's see. So this goes here. Right. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I did I miscount? Totally miscounted? Am I miscounting? Hi, I am miscounting. Okay. Unequal there. Oh, that's not going to work. Well, we're going to have to move some things. Okay, like that. Hang on, we're dealing with sudden darkness. Hang on. Yay, darkness. All right. No. I have clues and stuff. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think. Hello, darkness, my old friend. We're going to flying machine again. And the confusion will be very high. It will reach up into the great blue sky. And then I slime block. Like I think I know what I'm doing. It is confusing. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Too far. Alright, no, we're good. That's what I thought. That's a piston push limit. Remember, pistons can only push 12 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so this should be good. So that's going to go push that way. Let's come over here, make sure it will stop appropriately. It should. It's going to be pushing along this line, which will hit this steely bob here. Okay. Yeah, this will be great. Oh, I'm only going to need 87,000 target blocks if I want to do it that way. And, you know, I kind of do. All right, well, that's a thing I could retrofit later. Let's go ahead and break this. Okay. So now, okay, so off goes the flying machine. Oh no. This isn't going to work. This isn't going to work at all. Well, darn. Can target blocks be purchased? No, unfortunately. I want this to work, but it can't. See, what I want to do is run note blocks all under here. Yeah, so for target blocks, you need wheat, and I just don't have enough wheat to craft into the hay bales to make the target blocks. It's just... No, but the problem here is that the slime block will now want to attach to this target block, and I can't have that, so... So unfortunately, as cool as this design would be, it's going to not be. All right. Yeah. Ah, well, that broke in a fun way. That broke in a really weird way. Okay, why are you... Okay, none of that's sticking to stuff. Huh. That's bizarre. Okay, that sort of pushed, and this sort of did nothing. Huh. Oh, look. We've got ourselves some glow squid. Sweet. The cat says hi. Well, hello, cats. Okay. So that gets pushed that way. Awesome. And then, okay. What are you sticking to? That's strange. It pushed its way all the way over here. Aha. Cool. Well, it lacks motivation. Yes, I think you're right. I think the flying machine just totally lacks motivation. It just... The slime blocks don't stick to the crying obsidian. As much as maybe it wants to give it a hug or something, that's just not how this works. Slime doesn't stick to that stuff. This shouldn't be... Huh. Well, now I'm confused. Okay, so that's over there. Right, if I could take this out, and this should make no difference at all. Sorry, it's dark. Hang on, I'm now stuck. All right, if this goes... Whoops. Huh, that's sort of the wrong way. Now this is just going to stick to the wall, so that's cool. I'm confused. Flying machines are cool. I'm glad I know how they work, like totally and completely, and I'm not just winging it here, because that would get really awkward. You know, it would be like totally confusing and stuff. Okay. What is wrong with you, Mr. Flying Machine? Like, totally and strangely bizarre. Okay. See, what I'm trying to do, okay, is I'm trying to create a flying machine in a way that I can trigger it if it gets stuck. So if the area unloads and things are in a weird way, I don't have to go in and rebuild the flying machine. It will repair itself automatically. It's doable, but it's, yeah, awkward. Okay, so I do know that, hi. I do know that this works, so, oops. Okay. Did it lose some honey blocks from the bottom? No. No, the engine on the other side is a little bit different. Oh, hi, this is all broken now. All right. Yeah, this would have to. Turns out now it's trying to push the whole mountain, and that's a problem, so. Okay. No, we got this. Totally got this. It's a thing that is gotten. So, yeah, I'm going to have to rebuild it. But if I do it this way, I was hoping... this way works right up until it hits the stone. It's just, if I build it this way, I lose an extra row of kelp that I would rather not lose. But that's fine. We'll deal with it. Okay. So let's go rebuild this and then it'll work. Okay. I'll just accept that the loss of that row. So that's fine. Tis fine, tis fine. Okay, so what I want to do is eat a carrot. Oh, stream joke. Why do cows wear bells? Because their horns don't work. Okay, that gets a move from me. Okay, right. So that goes there. No, moving this over, moving this back. So this would go here. Okay, this goes here. This goes not there. Okay. All right, so this goes like that. Disco Inferno. I don't know why I said that, but I did, so we now live in a world where I said that. Okay, so that goes this way. Okay, and then... Is that right? Is that what I'm doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, and then this one, I think, went this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, I think this comes out this way. All right. So, all right, so then this would sort of meander across over here to a piston that goes right there. Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Am I doing this backwards? There's a very distinct possibility backwards is happening here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then... Yes, okay. No, we got it. We got it. That goes like that. We sticky. That's stuck over there, and then this goes... Okay. So, hopefully, let's make sure... Yeah, it'll stop over there at the obsidian, which is good. All right, and then, again, we'll just take a note block over here, which should go... Oops, that's obsidian, or crying obsidian, or something. And this is called falling. Now my socks are soggy. Well, never was a fan for soggy socks. Okay. I think this will work. It either will or it won't, which is pretty much how it goes for flying machines. All right. So let's kick this off. Now I know, again, with this doesn't... Yeah, because it doesn't stick to it. So what the heck, Minecraft? Why are you not functional? Okay. Let me count just to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Piston push limit. Got it. No, we're fine. Everything's great here. There we go. We now have one functional flying machine. All right, so this should fly along this way, doing flying machine-y things. Okay, and then it will stop. And then I want to trigger it again, and it will flying machine this way. Okay. Great. Okay, that should be fine, I guess. Yeah, that should be fine. What I'd really like to do... Let's see, I don't think it's possible, though. So what I'd like to do is take an observer pointed this way up into that piston, but it'll stick to that slime and be a problem. Okay, so because it would just be handy, you know? I mean, I could Actually, wonder. What if I... This might be interesting. Let's change out the direction of the blocks here. Let's take this slime and turn it into honey. Okay. See, there's a difference between slime and honey. Aside from the fact they don't stick to each other, which is very cool. Honey or slime will pass redstone signal, and honey doesn't. So if I swap this way, like that, what happens if I do the thing? It flies. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. That's a good thing. All right, now, the reason why this might be a good thing is, let's get over here, and what I want to do is I want to signal both of these, both of those note blocks at the same time. And I want to see what's going to happen here. It's my hope and dream. Grab some repeaters. Good. It's my hope and dream that it will actually kick off this machine. It might not, though. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be sad. Okay, so we go chink, chink, like that. Let's go ahead and grab our happy fun dust and a button. All right, and okay. Okay, that's it. Yeah, obviously, yes, I would need a tick delay between each of them, which might be okay, but that means good things are going to happen here. Oh, actually, no, this is fine. I was thinking, yes, I could replace this with slime blocks. So I actually almost certainly can, which would be handy because I have a lot more slime blocks than I have honey blocks. So I could slide that over, I think. Right? Yeah, okay, hang on. We're going to I'm gonna try something here. Okay. So if I bring slime blocks this way, let's take this out. Okay. If I'm gonna have to take 2 slots anyway, or two rows, then if that goes like that, okay. What did I miss? Missing something. Okay. Wow. Something is just not happening here. Okay, but first I have to ban an account. Okay. Oh, I can't ban the account. Okay. Fine. Turns out I was just, look, Kick is okay, I can't ban Kick staff for doing things. Okay. Nope, that's fine. Apparently, they're just spamming my channel. Awesome. All right, so why for do you not work? Okay. I don't, this uses fewer note blocks than it did before, so oh, right, that doesn't do it. Okay, cool. That pulled. And that pushed. Oh, hey, that's why. Turns out my flying machine is going back 1 block further and is now trying to move the entire mountain. Again, not fabulous for the flying machine. Okay, let's try this again. This time with feeling. Let's see if I do it this way. Okay, there it goes. Flying machine ahoy! So that's going to be 2 rows of note blocks. But I could trigger them with different tick rates, perhaps, or something. Yeah, I mean it's a thing, right? I can do a lot of different things with this, I suppose, but yeah, this would have to trigger over there. Right, because yeah, that would go. Heck. Now I'm just gonna get smashed by the machine. It's all good. It's all good. I can rage against it later. Okay, but because I still want to signal both of them. No, it'll be better if they're both on the same row. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Cool. So, how did I make this before? And now why am I confused? Probably for a very good reason. All right, so I wanted... Right, so this guy was there. All right, so I think what I'm going to need to do is let's fly this to the other side. I'll rebuild it over there. Okay. This will be great. Now, this is probably a mistake using the light blocks because now we're going to get all the light updates when this goes. So I should probably replace those, but... All right, so what I want to do is let's take this out. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do this back this way. So if that's going to go there, how did I do that? This went... Okay. Hi. I'm confused. Okay, so that actually went there. That's right. And then this side went over here. Right, like that, I think. Uh-huh. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. And then I needed it to sticky to... Okay, I think this one... Well, look at me being all confused again. Wow, it's like a thing or something. Okay. All right, so let's see now. If we... What is sticking where and why and what? Right, so this goes here. That's down there. That needs, something. All right, okay, so that's going to need to stick to that, I think. Right, is that? Yeah, and then this can stick to that, maybe? Oh, okay, yeah, other than the fact that's not at all right, this is perfectly awesome. Okay, no, we're good. Everything is great and stuff. Okay, so that's going to go there. This needs to go out. Right. Right, this one was... No, I had it. I had it sticking under there. How did I do that? How did I do that? Probably somehow. Somehow. Some way. I'm confused. Okay, so that goes that way. And then button. Yeah. All right, I think as long as I've got, if I alternate these chunk, we should be okay. All right, so that'll be fine. So this has to be the smoothie goodness, our glazed terracotta. Okay, and then this triggers off that way. Okay, let's be sure this is going to work, but I think we're going to be fine. Okay. All right, so I need to dig this out for a minute so that I can plug some stuff in. We're going to have to replace the, place all the note blocks and stuff. Yeah, no, this is going to be great. It's going to be just peachy. It's going to be a thing. Okay. Okay, I think this is going to be a thing. At least that's the plan and stuff. Honestly, I should replace this row I'm standing on too, just to make things pretty. Okay. It doesn't have to be pretty. I don't have to make this pretty. But I'm going to, because no, I just want to be sure I don't accidentally dig out the blocks I'm going to be putting redstone on, but that's fine, right? Everything's great. Okay, so this will go this way. This all needs to come out because I need to replace that with note blocks. Ooh, that's going to be a lot of note blocks, but I suppose that's fine, right? We like note blocks. Note blocks are cool and stuff. I mean, totally. All right, no, this is... Actually, honestly, I think this is making a little bit of sense. Yeah, and then once I get this all sealed up, and it should be watertight, right? We'll have all the redstone running down under here. It'll be covered up by stone up this way. So we should be perfectly fine. At least that's the idea. But I am going to have to dig out a lot of this just so that I have room to place some redstone. But it'll be fine. Okay. I know, I keep saying that like I'm expecting it to not be fine, but I think it's going to be fine. When has redstone ever not been fine for me, right? It's always gone perfectly and never had any problems at all, ever, right? Yeah, that's how that works. Okay, what time is it? 7:20. All right. Well, I think what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to take a quick bio break, and then we're going to wire up some stuff. So I will be right back. What do I want to do? That's, honestly, this is the problem. I don't know what I want to do. I haven't thought this thing through. I'm making it up as I go. And that just means lots and lots of confusion and flopping around and mental not happenings and stuff. Okay? This is where we're at today. Okay, I am back. I am staring at a wall. All right. What you all missed, because you couldn't see it, was me tripping over stuff on the way to the bathroom and crashing into a wall. It was really epic. Turns out I'm not just clumsy in Minecraft. I'm clumsy in real life. Yeah, this is how this goes. All right, so I think, hang on, let me free cam down here. I think this is how this is going to go. Probably. All right. So I need to test this. You can imagine the epic tripping. You know, I'm telling you, I have tripped the lights fantastic, and it turns out it was epic. All right, so put some of these random blocks I no longer need. Okay. All right, so let's see now. I need a button. Okay, cool. That should, I hope, work. So let's send the machine back down and see if it will trigger the way I hope it does. Turns out. Okay. So you go. Okay, so off the machine goes. Sweepy, sweepy. Okay. So basically what I need to do then is, when I get back to this side, we'll need to test this and make sure that it actually launches the flying machine. I hope it does. Yep. And off it goes. Okay, cool. Well, that's lovely. So basically what I'm going to need to do now is get a bunch of redstone under here. Bunch of redstone under here. In fact, I have lots of redstone that has to happen under here. Okay, so cool. All right, so let's go ahead and just dig out some extra space from. Oh, for a minute there, I thought that was a slime, and that was just crazy. Speaking of slime, does anyone know if? I guess no one would know if Mojang was actually planning on doing an April Fool's snapshot tomorrow. I think it'd be kind of fun if they did. Okay. All right, so what I need to do is I need to clear out some space so that I've got some room, because we're going to need to be doing all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I don't pay a huge amount of attention to April Fools. I find I don't like pranks typically, but I do like jokes. And, you know, the April Fool's snapshot that Mojang does is fun. Okay, doesn't hurt anybody. It's just fun, and I like that. I like fun. So, all right, let's get ourselves a lot of wood. Oh, I think I've got some actually down here. Yeah, so for any of you who are worried, my Discord is typically a prank-free zone, so if you are worried about finding a place that skips most of that nonsense, the Discord is fabulous for that. Okay, note blocks. That is probably an insufficient number of note blocks. I think this thing is like 50 blocks across. Also, I almost certainly don't have enough repeaters. Also, we do get the epic base, which won't happen when there's water here, because it'll all be covered. Oh yeah, we're all the fun here. All right, hang on. We're going to have to get So much extra wood. Yeah, I should have some, I think. Let's double check. I think under here. Yeah, that's not a ridiculous amount, but it's a fair amount. Fortunately, we have trees. We can cut them down. Okay. Which is fine. Oh, I should have probably also grabbed some sticks too, just because it's more convenient. All right. That's fine. We are going to craft up the epic numbers of note blocks. Whew. All right. The good news is I can actually run signal on both sides of this, which is going to be really handy. Okay. So here's the idea. I've got this flying machine here. I'm going to build another one next to it, right? That's going to sweep out this way. And then it would be nice if I had another one over here. I don't know if I'm going to have enough space to do that, but it would be really, really nice. I might have to dig out some more space, which, you know, takes forever, but it's okay. Haste beacons are awesome. But the idea is that, hang on. Yeah, but the idea is that what I'll do is I'll send a signal once a day, and I think I have a really creative way of dealing with that. Really creative way of dealing with that, because I don't have sunlight, so a daylight sensor isn't going to work. Okay, but you know, and I could just use a hopper clock or something like that too. That would be fine. But I think I have a very, very reliable daylight sensor that I can build. It's just going to be really silly. But hey, I like silly. So we're gonna deal with that. But first, we need to run some redstone this way. Now, obviously, this is not going to be enough. Or it's not going to be enough. I'm not going to have enough signal to make it all the way down here. Also, that torch is going to be a little bit of a problem. So, here's how this is going to work. Do I have a redstone torch? I don't. Can I get out of here? No, not really. All right, so what I'm going to need is redstone. Yeah, we are going to need so many torches here. It's going to be insane. Okay. But it's fine because of reasons. Okay, sticks there. I actually need actual stone. All right, so grab a stack of those. We're gonna need some repeaters. Cool. That was insufficient, but it'll do for now. All right. So what I need to do is I need to build a system that will allow me to trigger all of these. So if I have, the idea is that, right, I'm going to have repeaters going all the way down like this. Okay. Alternating on, 2 ticks, 1 tick, right? That should be enough to keep the flying machine going, or to restart the flying machine. The catch is, what happens when we get here, if I have a repeater here that needs to fire, right? So what I can do is let's actually back this off a couple of blocks, okay? So what I need to do here is I would need that to do the thing. Okay. I think I would need to do a repeater coming out of one side or the other. Hang on. I need to figure this out. Oh, right. I need a repeater. I think if I do it like this, like that, no. Oh, well, it would help if it were powered, probably. Yes. Okay. That'll work. So this is a really funky circuit, but it works really, really well. So the power gets fed into this block, which triggers this repeater so that that one will go. We sidestep over here to this repeater, right? Which feeds this block, which will then power over here and continue the signal on. This way, all of the repeaters coming down here will get powered. Okay. So coming down to, what is it, about 3. Okay, just because I want it to be the same. So right here, again, same thing. We're going to repeater, dust. Yeah, see how we've got signal now coming all the way back down here? Yeah, that's the plan. Okay. All right, so now dust go with thusly, repeater go with also thusly, and now we have our system. Okay. That's the idea. And I was hoping I could do that on the other side, but actually that's going to be way the heck over here. So we'll deal with that in a bit. Okay. But now this will happen over this way. Take that out and... Right. Sweet. See? Working flying machines. It's awesome. And actually what's really cool now is when this gets over to the far side, right, all the way over there. Yeah, all the way over there, it'll stop. Right? Yep, it stops. And now if I hit this button, now it comes back. All right, great. Sweet. So what I can now do is I can run a timer off of, from back here, which will trigger all of our happy little fun times. Okay. And I like happy little fun times. I hope you do too. All right. So this will go here. I'm going to have to clean out some more space over here, I think. Okay. Something like that. We'll deal with it. We'll make it happen. All right. So this was, whoops, too far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slime blocks. Glad I could build this all with slime blocks because I have those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then down. Sweet. And then down. That means this row right here needs to come out. Said we'll be replacing this with something else, but that's okay. Whoops. Dirt. Okay, so this will come over here. Now, and then I have right there will be obsidian. Okay, like that. And yes, probably need to clean out some of the wall here. Okay. Something about not wanting to try to move the entire mountain. Faith can move mountains, but flying machines can't. So we're just going to have to be a little bit more careful with that. All right, so I need redstone. I need sticky pistons, which I have. Okay, cool. See, I have stuff. I know what I'm doing. I think. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't. I just pretend. Okay? If you're ever thinking, hey, he actually knows what he's doing. I don't. I'm just making it up as I go. It's just one of those things, okay? Don't worry about it. We'll make it up together, and somehow we'll end up with stuff that works. It's going to be fine. Okay. I think. I hope it's fine. Should be fine. Probably okay. Or something. Alright. Actually, you know what? This is sweeping a much bigger area than I thought it was, which is fabulous. Okay, so now this is going to come this way. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the end block. 1. Right? Is that whole thing 8 blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then our happy little sea lantern. Sweet. So now puppy power. Okay, so let's just put an obsidian block here would probably be helpful. Okay. Again, I need the flying machine to stop, so you know that's a thing. Okay. All right, so sticky piston goes there. Okay. And then right under here, okay, I guess I'll put some granite there because it'll be easy to see that needs to not be there. Cool. Now we get some observers that point down like so. All right. Cool. I actually should have just put no blocks there, but that's okay. It's fine, and I probably actually even should have reversed the machine, but it's okay. So yeah, looking at this, we actually have some space here. I might just build a wall here because looking at where the second flying machine stops, right here, if I were just to build a wall up like this, that would be fine. I think that's going to be enough kelp, I hope, to keep things running. I mean, I'm going to need a lot of kelp, but that's okay. Okay. Nope, hang on. Flying machine works. The flying machine works. That's fabulous. Okay. All right, so this is going to go this way. What I'd like to do is run this off the same clock, which I suppose I can do off the other side. It's fine. Don't have to run it over here. So, okay, cool. Let's dig out a bunch of stuff. How did I spend my weekend? This is it. This is what I did this weekend. I dug a big hole. Watched some TV. I put on Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which is one of my favorite bits of Star Wars. Actually, favorite bits of just TV. Yeah, I had a grand old time. Finished that up, actually. Man, and season 6 is a little weird, okay? Season 6 has some really fun but just bizarre stories, okay? Which is fine. I like fun and bizarre. But okay, that way. But then season 7 is pretty great. So yeah, it's fun. And boy, yeah, season 5 is just gets it's a special breed of dark towards the end of season 5, but it pays off. Oh, hi. There's water here. It's almost like I'm in an ocean or something. There's a special breed of dark which pays off storylines going back all the way to the beginning of the show almost. And it's cool. So there's a reason Clone Wars is one of my favorite shows. Okay. Oh, I need to dig out this too. Okay. No, this is fine. We're just gonna dig out all the stuff here. It'll be great. Yeah. Okay. Dig this out because I have to put in all of the repeaters and stuff here too, so. Okay. So we'll just run this back now, both sides. But yeah, so I finished watching the Clone Wars. I started watching Bad Batch because apparently I've decided I'm doing a full rewatch of the animated shows. I really should get around to watching Daredevil. I may just wait till that one's all the way out. You know, Daredevil it's not my favorite MCU show because it is dark in a way I'm not overly comfortable with. And I like a little bit more happiness and joy, or at least, you know, good vibes from my superhero storytelling. And Daredevil is not it. Okay? There's lots of things that Daredevil is, but Happy Fun Times does not describe that show. Okay. It's not a bad show, which is the reason I end up watching it, but yeah, it is not a Happy Fun Time show. Okay. I need some space back here so I can run redstone from my timer, which again is going to be fun. Because how do you do a day-night timer when you can't get at the sky? And the answer to that is villagers. Yeah, that's how we're going to be doing this. I've got this stupid fly buzzing around here. So yeah, we're gonna convince a villager that he needs to be a clock. Okay. I don't know if he wants to be a clock, but that's his goal in life now, apparently, is to be a clock. I just have to figure out how to get a villager over here. Okay. Again, that one goes on 2 ticks. Carrots are delicious. Oh, speaking of delicious, I talked about in the supporter blog, which you can get to if you're a supporter at musicfreegaming.com. But I was talking about, I made this it's sort of a weird, it's like an orange chicken. Sort of an Asian flavor type. It's really tasty, it turns out. I was a little bit concerned when I made it. It's like, it's orange, right? And orange is good, but I was not totally expecting to I'm not supposed to say I wasn't expecting to dislike this, okay? Because I looked at the recipe and said, this sounds good-ish, I could see enjoying this. And so yeah, it's mandarin orange juice, freshly squeezed because I had mandarin oranges. 3 more. Okay, I guess I'll go get wood for 3 more. So it's mandarin oranges, some soy sauce, some what was the other thing? Some brown sugar, and then a handful of spices, pepper and stuff like that. Ginger, right? All the good stuff. And then you cook the chicken in a crock pot for 5.5 hours with this syrupy goodness on it. And what you end up with is this little bit of a sweet and savory type of dish, which turned out to actually be really good. So, yeah. So I froze up a bunch of that. Okay. Yeah. Oops. Not that one. Okay. Yeah, so I froze up a bunch to just to have later, and I say a bunch, I actually just froze up like 2 meals worth. And then put the rest in the fridge so I can have it for lunches this week, and it was good. I was happy with that. Okay, I want to just put a redstone torch here for a minute, because what I want to do is I need to be able to see where my signal is getting. So I'm just going to run this down all the way to the other end. Okay. Yeah, getting the villager over here is going to be interesting. Okay. Not difficult, but interesting. Okay, so I need to cut into this. So right here. Ha. Excuse me, friends. We have a little bit of a problem. There's blocks in the way. All right, so that becomes a block. That becomes a block. That becomes dust. And we get a repeater right here. And boom. Ta-da! Instant signal. All right, and now this goes here. Yeah, this was fun. I figured it out myself, but I think I'd seen something like it before. Okay. So I'm not gonna sit here and claim that I invented this. This is not the Pearl Stalker repeater. It's which is cool as it would be to have some redstone invention to my name that everyone says, oh yeah, this is what this is. It's not what this is. I think we're well past the day when simple circuits are invented by random people like me. Look, it works. There goes the redstone. All right. Sweet. So now I'm just going to need 2.5 stacks of goodness here. Actually, you know what I could do? Because this is all on this side of I can actually put kelp in that gap. I was just going to line that with some other stuff, but line this with glazed terracotta. But now as I'm looking at it, I could just put kelp here. And yes, it'll have to grow up 2 blocks, but that's okay. All right. Hey, that's even better. I like that. Sweet. All right, let's craft up 1.5 zillion repeaters now, shall we? All right, so we craft the things. I'm done with the slime blocks, which is great. Okay. All right, so now let's... Oh, we're going to need a bunch of this. Okay. Grab some dust. Grab a couple of stacks of torches. Oh, I'm going to need a lot of stone here. So let's see. The bricks can go away. Get a site, and I need regular stone. Cool. Repeaters and repeaters. That's, I hope, enough. All right. So I'm going to have to come down here and make sure everything's on the right number of ticks. But, said the hope and dream here. One is that this is the right length, that everything lines up correctly. That would be a plus. Okay. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, so it's the hope. Now, it's very possible that this might end up getting stuck in a way that this doesn't fix. Oh, that's perfect. Love it. I hope not. I hope that this just does the thing. Why does this not work here, but it did elsewhere? I mean, okay, that's not on, but all right, hang on. Redstone torch it. Oh. Okay, I might need to put a couple of target blocks in. If that's all I need, that's like 6. I can do 6 target blocks. All right. All right. So I think if I do this way. Okay. Okay, so that goes. Because, yeah, I need these all to light up. All right. Cool. That's... All right. And it turns off again, which is the important part of this. So, you know, that's great. Okay. So we'll just swap those blocks out and solve that problem now while we still can. Meanwhile, we can enjoy this epic beat. Okay. Okay, I will not lie to you. I was trying to do Jingle Bells. I would not be surprised if you didn't recognize it because, you know, it's really hard to do Jingle Bells just with bass drum and repeaters. But that's what I was doing, so congratulations. I've talked about being a musician before. There it is. There's my epic musical skills. Okay. Sweet. So we now have all of this. All right. Now I do need to refill the insides here, but I think what I can do, because I am going to have to block this off, because it needs to be watertight, remember? You know, something about liking dry redstone, you know? I don't know. It's weird, right? Okay, so this is going to come this way so that I can come in here and get some signal. That stupid little gnat. Okay. Oh, that's too far. the wrong way. All right. This side is where I need to be. All right, cool. All right, and yeah, I should replace those sea lanterns. It looks really cool, but man, the lag on those lighting updates is not going to be fabulous. So, okay. So, hang on. I want to just craft up the rest of these into target blocks. Okay. All right. I like target blocks. I know, I'm weird, but I do. Okay. So that's going to go like so. Yeah, I need this to all be solid when this gets, you know, at least so the water doesn't flow in. All right. But looks like everything's in place. So that's great. Okay, so this can go like that. All right, we'll fill this in. And I suppose I could bring some sea lanterns in here just to light this area up. That would probably look kind of nice. Okay, grab this kelp. Now, because it's not like I'm lacking in sea lanterns these days, which is actually really cool. I like sea lanterns. I like frog lights probably more, but sea lanterns are really nice. They're really nice blocks. Big fan. Okay. And that goes like so. Sure, why not? All right. Yeah, so all of that's there, so I can close this up. All right. I think what I'll do is I'll go get some prismarine bricks and use those for the ends. Yeah, they'll look fine, but I won't have to worry about lighting updates quite as much as it goes chunking by. I'll just have to deal with other updates. It'll be fine. Again, it's not like flying machines are the least laggy option ever. But it'll be a little bit nicer to deal with this. So that'll be fun. The other thing I need to do, and I don't think I'm going to have time to do it today, is we're going to have to get all of the kelp in place. Okay. And that's going to be a special breed of weird, I think. Okay. Because I also need to be sure that when the kelp breaks, it flows to where I want it to go. Okay. I want it to go over there. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of watery goodness to do on Thursday. Maybe next week. We'll see. If there's a... Depending on what the April Fool's snapshot looks like, I might play that on Thursday. We'll see. I kind of want to see what the snapshot looks like before I commit to that, but it's definitely a possibility. So don't really need it, but lighting this up will help with some mob spawns. Again, I'm in an ocean. I'm in an ocean biome right now. So all of that water under there, that's the potential for, bad things spawning. Okay. All right, so that's all going to go there. I'm going to have to fill in some gaps as well as make sure some other things are in place. So let's go get our prismarine so we can replace those sea lanterns. But yeah, this is going to be really good. Oh, this is actually going to be really nice once it's going, because we'll be able to get all sorts of kelpy goodness. All right. Okay, is that full? It is full. That's fine. Just throw that in there. All right. I need grab some prismarine blocks. Actually, you know what? I did need those sea lanterns, because I want to use them to light the floor. So we'll let that do its thing. Okay. Yeah, just because the kelp doesn't need it. Kelp can grow in the dark. But on the other hand, if there's kelp there, squid won't spawn when there's kelp in the way, right? The kelp will block the squid. Is that right? I think that's right. Anyway, if anyone knows out there, give me a shout, because if it doesn't, we might actually have some glow squid potential here. Because, we're down at Y13. Of course, I'm lighting this all up, so glow squid only spawn in the dark. I suppose we could have, regular squid potential, but I don't think they spawn this low. Okay. All right, so let's see. So that's going to go there. I am going to have to fill in a lot of space up here. Okay. Those buttons are no longer necessary. Okay, let's go and fill this in. Might as well, We'll just light this up. It's going to be great. Okay, so again, sea lanterns will come through here. I hope this is enough. Actually, it's not going to be enough, because I want to put a few more rows and take all of these torches out. Obviously, the torches are going to have to go away anyway, because of all of our happy little water, Because that's water and torches, turns out they don't mix. I know, you're shocked, but it's true. Okay, let's grab another couple of stacks of sea lanterns. All right, and a second one there. Copper ore will hopefully get sorted somewhere. Okay. I haven't seen slime spawn recently, which I'm okay with. All right. I know there's a slime chunk, a couple of slime chunks down here, but... All right. Nice. So... Cool. All right. So now I do need a couple of things. So let's do this. Those, as I said, I'm going to replace the sea lanterns on here with prismarine blocks. Okay, just to... Yeah. Okay. Just because, again, the sea lanterns with the lighting updates and stuff, it's going to be a little awkward, so... Or laggy might be the better term. Okay. But I think what I can do is I do want to add some light here, so because I want to be able to come down and look and see the kelp and see the flying machines go and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's going to be a thing. Okay. Now, the other thing that's going to happen here is I am going to lose my mind placing all of the kelp. So, yeah. Now, I think just to get things started, I think just to get things started, I'll use a hopper clock. But yeah, let's put the redstone away for the moment. We'll need it later, but for now, it's fine where it is. Okay. Yeah, so we'll start with a hopper clock, just a relatively long one. So I'm going to want to do 1, 2, 3. So let's get 3 more stacks of sea lanterns here. Again, got a nice farm. It works. We definitely have sea lanterns. Okay. Okay. So yeah, if I start with a little hopper clock and then move on to something else, this will probably work out. Okay, so it's interesting how those blocks blend in with the slime. Okay, so this goes here, and let's diggy. Okay. Oh, hi, gravel. All right. Yeah, we'll just get all of these. Just gonna run a couple of rows of sea lanterns right here. Okay. Nothing crazy, just a little bit of stuff happening. Okay. And said hopefully this will provide plenty of light just so we can see what's going on. Again, it's not needed for the farm, it's not needed for the kelp, right? It's just needed because I want to be able to see what the heck is happening here. Okay. And yeah, we're gonna have to do some Gonna have to figure out our water situation. The good news is I did just watch Impulse SV do fun stuff with a kelp farm in Hermitcraft, so gave me some ideas for how to deal with the water. Not that it would have been a challenge even without that, but okay. The good news is the way I built this, hopefully those flying machines, I said I haven't fully tested this, but hopefully those flying machines will actually work. I mean, I know the machines work, but hopefully my safety stuff that's going on here will work. And keep these guys chugging even if they unload and the flying machine breaks. But that would be really handy. Okay. Okay, so now I should be able to clean up these torches. Okay, and we'll have all sorts of fun. All right. Nice. So, all right, so now the next step, one is let's go and grab this gold. Do I need the gold? No. Can I grab it anyway? Yeah. All right, so I need to build this out in such a way that none of my stuff is going to get stuck. And none of the redstone floods. So let's go ahead and build this across like so. I think just to make life a little bit prettier. Okay, kind of pretty. Okay, sort of pretty. I guess pretty enough. Let's go ahead and take our glazed terracotta here. Oops. Okay. Now this is not going to stop. I'm actually going to have some places where I think I'll end up planting kelp. But that kelp will not get harvested because where the machines are and all that stuff, you know. Okay, but that's okay. That is just fine. Okay, so I need... Did I do that right? Okay, I put the... Interesting. Those, I put the obsidian down at the bottom, which it absolutely will stop. Oh, this side, right, because the machine is built differently. Right. Right, that's okay. I mean, I could go over there and put some obsidian in just at that same level on the terracotta side as well. Or yeah, the other side, whatever that side is. Okay. You know what would be really cool? Being able to see what I've done. Hang on. Okay, so that goes there. Stone goes back this way. Well, all right, we'll put that slime back here in a minute, but... Oh no, I'm out. Ow. That's okay, it's just my face. I'm not really using it anyway, so it'll be fine. Absolutely peachy. You know, because... Yeah, peaches are delicious or something. Okay. Let's just hop right in here and put this in. Okay, that goes there. Our slime goes back in. Okay. And now we fill this in. And I am going to have to get in and fill in a bunch of stuff here too, but that's okay. All right, so yeah. So that will work, I think. Yeah, and if I do this right, well, it won't matter. As long as water's flowing, the kelp will grow up into it and we'll turn it into a source block. So that's great. Okay, so the idea is the kelp will grow and end up over here. So what I need to do is figure out where the water is going to flow. All right, so let's go ahead and get some something. I definitely need something. What do I want to put there? I guess it doesn't really matter. But just because I can, let's go ahead and get some... I was going to use prismarine, but that's... I've got a bunch, but I need a lot for the actual base. So maybe let's not use prismarine. Let's go ahead and use some of our happy little pale oak. Now, the way this is going to work... okay, that's not enough. Grab some of this. Okay. The way this is going to work is I'm going to have water flowing over, and it's going to drop down into a water channel right here. So I think I can build up this high. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so we'll go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And we'll go up. What I'm hoping is that I don't hit the ceiling. Or better yet, I hit right at the ceiling. So I've got a gap in between. But we'll see. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1. Oh, I should probably. Well, we're going to have to deal with stuff anyway. Okay. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I think this is going to work out great. Okay. Oh, this actually is working out perfectly. Okay, cool. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then I'm going to have wall coming up this way. Okay, cool. All right, so we'll have wall going up here. So water is going to flow this way. In fact, what I could do, let's see. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now we start to run into problems. I was sort of hoping I could just get the water to flow and be fine, but that's okay. That's fine. I can make it work. All right, so let's go ahead and pop this out. All right, so, okay. So what is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want this to be taller. If I can keep this taller, that would be wonderful. Because then we've got more room for the kelp to grow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this will flow over here. And yeah. All right. Yeah, so this will then flow out and stop here. And we'll drop that into water columns that flow down to where I need them to go. Okay? Cool. That should be fairly straightforward. Okay, so then it's just going to be, oh, I'm out of food. Well, that's inconvenient. Okay, hang on. We must food. Okay. Okay, fortunately, I have food storage. Highly recommend, a little bit of food storage if you can, It helps ease some of that uncertainty, Okay, so that'll go there. Okay. All right, so now I can fill this in. All right. We're doing on time. Time is looking good. Okay, so we'll pop this up here. I should double check light levels, but I think we'll be fine. We've got all of these sea lanterns and stuff, so we should be great. Okay. Okay, well, those are blocks that are not where they're supposed to be. Okay. All right, nice. Cool, so then next thing I need to do is wall this side off. I don't know. Let's see, do I have anything over here? Hang on, I'm going to free cam up for just a minute. So that's the underside of my storage right there. Interesting. There's a little bit of room if I needed it, I think. Yeah, because, well, there's the floor there. But it looks like I could take out one more block if I needed to, which could be good if I wanted to try to do something like a glow squid farm here. I'd have to block it off so it's dark, but that might be a thing. I'll have to look, because I don't know if glow squid spawn this high up or if it has to be below Y0. Sorry, my nose is itching. Allergies have kicked my tail this season. So much so that I have a podcast coming out next week about how much I hate spring. That's just... God, I love it. Okay. I mean, you don't, but... Because I don't, but, you know, that's a thing. So, I got the itchy nose. It's the itchy nose. It's the itchy nose. Okay. But this is fine. Let's go ahead and just get this wall up. We'll get everything in place so that hopefully we can start... we can get all the kelp in next time. Yeah, because if we can get all of the infrastructure in first, then this will be should be fairly quick. We'll be planting a lot of kelp, but otherwise it'll be fine, right? We'll be placing a lot of signs and a lot of kelp. I think what I may end up doing, Tweakaroo has a setting so that when you place a sign, it doesn't pop up the editing dialog box. I may do that just to make placing the 18 trillion signs that I'm going to have to place here a little easier. Because basically I'm going to need... shoot. Basically, what is this, 50-something blocks going all the way across? Yeah, I'm going to need a sign for each of those going all the way across. Basically, I have to pave the entire top of this with signs so that the water will flow where I want it to flow. And that's going to be a pain. And that's okay. We'll make it happen. Okay, it's not going to be too bad. It's just going to be a lot of signs. Suppose what I should do sometime between now and then is go farm a bunch of probably jungle trees rather than the pale oak. Let's see, how high up does this? Oh, this does need to go all the way up. Okay, yeah, I just got caught up on the ceiling. That's all. Okay. So yeah, this does need to go all the way up here. Okay. It's all right. We can do the thing. All right, so we'll get all of this in place. Yeah, I'll need to get enough wood for enough signs. Yeah, because the signs, what the signs will do is they will stop the water. So that the water flows along the top. Okay. And then, yeah, everything will be awesome. Okay. All right. So hang on. I need to be sure I get all of this blocked off. Okay. Come on. We can do it. Yeah, I could still do a glow squid farm down under here. You know, I just have to pipe the squid droppings just up into the farm over there. There's just the water streams. And then they'll end up going into the sorting system with everything else, which would be great. Okay. All right, so there's that wall. Okay, which is good. All right, so we'll need to do this back wall here. So I think, given where everything is, I actually want this row back one, which is fine because I'm going to have kelp probably growing up to this row. Okay. This one right here. So, yeah, basically, we'll fill this in. Okay. Not that it's strictly necessary, but, I mean, it is to keep the flying machine from sticking to stuff, but yeah, we'll just run this all the way across here like this. Okay. Oops. Hey, I'm going to need more. Turns out I brought a lot. Okay. So that'll all go this way. I should might pop this all under here like that. And just to make sure everything is moving the way I want it to, let's pop that this way. Let's go ahead. Oh, I need redstone. Redstone, some repeaters, dust, or more dust. Okay. All right, because what I want to do, we're going to replace this with, oops, the repeater's going to go here. Okay, and, okay, we'll put a repeater here. That's going to be on the wrong side. It's all right. I mean, technically, if they get reversed, it's not that big a deal, but on the other hand, I do kind of want them to be on the same side. It's cooler if they're moving in sync, but okay. Cool. So that's going to come across. Wonderful. Of course, we did get the epic base because of, you know, I don't have any of the water in place yet. Okay, let's go and clean this out so that I can at least put this on bricks. Oops. Okay, do have some more stone here, right? That's andesite. It's also andesite. Andesite, andesite, andesite. Okay. Cool. This will work. Now, let's go ahead and run this down this way. As I said, I'm probably just going to put a long hopper clock on this to start, because that's going to be easier. And then I can work in an actual daylight detection system eventually. All right, so let's go ahead and just put a repeater right here. Okay, cool. That should get down there. It'll light up the other side. And now I can come over here, and if I grab that button, okay. Yeah, there go both of the flying machines. Now what I want them to do is stop over here so that I can go place in the all the terracotta I need so that everything is looking good. And it will help me actually figure out where I'm actually going to be putting walls. Because, you know, walls are kind of nice. Okay, so it's going to come in under here. Okay, so that's going to go like so. Okay. And okay. All right. Now, obviously, the flying machine is not going to be embedded in the wall on this side because that's just not how flying machines are designed. That's okay. Okay. So this will go across like so. And then what I'll do is I'll build the wall up this way. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it would have been nice potentially to have let that flying machine push in a little bit just to get an extra row of kelp here, but yeah, whatever. Okay, I am just about out of stone here. The good news is I dug out a lot of stone, so we are not going to be lacking for any of that for a while. Okay, so let's hop back up here, grab some stone. Okay, so stone. Yeah, all the stone. Might as well brick up a lot of it here too. Okay. All right, so y'all doing okay out there? Y'all all right? Surviving whatever your challenges are today? I hope so. Okay. Right, that goes there. All right, so I suppose I'm just going to drop a torch there. The chances of a mob spawning there while I'm building this is low, but not zero. So, you know, we'll light it up anyway, just to keep things happy. Okay. Oh. This'll work. Now, it would be nice maybe to put some glass in so that I can see things going, right? Also, this is handy because... Okay, now that torch can go away. All right, cool. And here we are. Wonderful. All right, so all of that's going to go across like so. All right, so we'll get that in place. Yeah, so this is all going to come up this way. This actually, I don't think I want this to be... Don't think I want that to be stone. Okay. I think just to keep life interesting, let's see, this side sticks out. I'm just wondering if I want to mold this wall. I could end up with some kelp stuck in there. Almost certainly would actually end up with some kelp stuck in there. Okay. So do I want to do that then? Let's see. So that side embeds in the wall. This side would be out a block, right? So I think this would go like so. Okay, like that. And then the same thing over on this side right here. Okay. I think that's right. Okay. I think that'll work. I might need... Does that stick out? Okay. Yeah, so that goes like that. I think this side needs to be here. Actually, both of those might need to go out. Okay, I need to see if this, what happens with this machine. Does it, okay, because that's an L shape. That's an L shape. Okay. So that comes out. Okay. And then it's the same thing over here. Okay, like that. L embedded, L embedded. All right, let's bring the machine back, see how it molds into the wall. Yeah, so this actually should be out here. Right? No? I don't know. Something like that. Okay, let's bring the machine back, see how this lines up, and then we'll figure out how this goes. Okay? All right, so hop down here. Okay. Bring back the flying machine. Okay. Oh, why did that one not move? Oh, I see why that one didn't move. Looks like I've got a little piece of obsidian there. Okay. All right, that's fine. We'll trigger that by hand on the other side. Okay. All right. Yeah. So let's come over here. We'll call that other one back. All right. Sweet. So it should be coming back here in a minute. Yep, there it is. All right. Nice. So, yeah, I'm going to need a couple of layers of glass, I think. I totally approached both of those differently, didn't I? That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm not going to stress about it. It's not that big a deal. Probably. All right, so let's come down and let's get some glass. I think I have glass. Do I actually want to dye it? Or do I want to leave it? Okay. Yeah, I do have... Actually, let's just bring it. That should be fine. Yeah. Go and drop that off. We'll just use this magenta glass. Okay. It's going to be great. Now, would it look a little bit better maybe without the stuff, perhaps. But oh, I just put a bunch of that stone brick away, didn't I? Darn it. Okay. I just want to get this exterior wall all put together. And then we can figure out all of the Kelpie goodness on Thursday. Which, again, should be fairly straightforward, but... Okay. Let's grab all that stone brick. That was dumb. Yeah, put it away. Didn't need to put it away. It's just a thing. All right. So, basically... Let's see how this is going to go. So, all of the items are going to flow up. Okay. Okay, they're going to flow up on from this side. Right. This is all going to come up this way. Okay. Right. So, it's going to flow from here. That means this is all going to be solid. Okay. It'll flow up. I'll take out the stone bricks here, but I need to deal with some other stuff there. So basically, this is going to come up this way. All right. So let's go ahead and get all of this in place. It's nice when it just gets in that groove, right? That's kind of satisfying. Okay. Yeah, I suppose this will all go up to the ceiling, won't it? Okay. Yeah. I think just to keep life a little bit happier, we'll throw some torches up there. They're eventually going to come out, but for now, they can stay there. Okay. Again, I want to not have monsters eat my face. Okay. Can I look above that? Yes. All right. So this part's going to take a little bit of extra work. It's just slightly more painful coming this way. Okay. Yep, just fill this in. Okay, and that's good. That's going to block off those levers. I was a little bit worried about that, so that's great. Let's go get some more stone because apparently I'm out. Okay, no, we're making progress though. This is doing okay. And yeah, we're going to have a couple of layers of weirdness here, but it's all right. Okay, stone bricks. That's probably enough. I think it's enough. I hope it's enough. We'll find out. Man, this is a... Oops. Hi. Stand in that water stream. Okay. It's just a slightly bigger project than I was expecting. That's fine. All right. So I don't need the redstone bits now. Okay. Hey. Scaffolding, please. Thank you. I would like to scaffold. Okay. All right, this is good. We're gonna have ourselves nice clean walls coming in here. It's gonna be a thing. Okay. So that can go all the way up to the ceiling, I suppose. Water's going to come across, flow that way. So let's go ahead and we'll bring this across here. That's the wrong material. Okay. And I think what would be cool would be to run some sea lanterns maybe along the top of the other wall. I mean, that might be cool. Okay. What's this? Oh, no, because that's going to be signs. So never mind. I do need... Okay, so that's going to be signs to there. Okay, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Okay, let's get a few more sea lanterns, though. Yeah, this is going to be cool. Or at least lukewarm. Okay, might not be totally cool, but it's not going to be hot, right? It's just going to be sort of that lukewarm wherein, you know, you get spit out of the mouth or something. But, you know, I mean, it's just sort of that bland kind of, yeah, okay. It's not the temperature you want your ice cream to be at. It's not the temperature you want your pizza to be at. It's just, on the other hand, cold pizza is really good. So, you know, maybe not. But maybe your hamburger, you don't necessarily want to be lukewarm, right? I don't want my burger to be lukewarm. I want my burger to be hot and delicious. So, you know, we'll try to make this, you know, better than lukewarm, right? I hope so. In any case, I'm just going to put a bunch of sea lanterns here and hope for the best. Okay, so that goes in like that. All right, cool. So now this is going to have to come down that way. But, okay, so items are going to flow over on top of this. They're going to hit right here. Okay, so this is going to come down this way. So now here's where things are going to be dropping in. So I want them to, they're going to drop into a water channel here. All right. I think we're going to be doing some stuff coming this way, but let's see. So that's this side. So I think what I want to do is let's pull this out. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a water stream coming about here, okay? We'll figure out exactly where that goes when we start dealing with the water, but it's going to drop down from here and flow this way, okay? And we're going to drop down from here and flow this way. So what I'd like to do is, let's see. So if this is a water source, this would be, this part would be ice, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 1, 2, oops, hi. And now at this point, we're going to have just water flowing down. So that's ice because it's going to have to change direction. So 1, 2, 3. Let's start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do it 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then this would go here. I think I'll drop it down so it's below this level, but we'll figure that out a little bit more as we get there. Okay. Again, this is right under that, so. Okay. Okay, and this one, is that? Okay, yeah, that one is a little farther away. That's great. Okay. All right, unfortunately, yeah, things are going to be a little funky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, because yeah, it's gonna flow from here. Oops. So what this needs to do, okay, is we're gonna come from here. So do I want a layer of blocks here? I guess so. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we drop down here. 3, 4. Okay. All right, and then that we'll have ice, and then we'll go this way. Okay, so then this is going to come this way. So ice. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we come up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there. So somewhere here I'm going to have to figure out how to get this water to go. But because yeah, I want, yeah, one of these will probably end up being a little higher, so I'm going to have to dig out some of this, but because basically what I'll do is I'll tier it. So we'll have a water source up here and a water source down here with some signs, with a sign here to keep that water going the other way. And that way items will drop in and will sink out to go the right direction. So yeah, I'll have to sort that out probably on this side, I think. Yeah, so cool. All right. Well, that's reasonable. So I think we'll deal with the kelp waterworks next time. Because yeah, I don't think that's going to be overly difficult. It's just going to be a little bit tedious to get sorted out. But what I do want to do, since we've got some time here, is let's go ahead and get this glass in place. Oops. Or, you know, not get the glass in place. That's okay too. Okay. I might end up replacing some of this brick with prismarine, but for now, it's just going to be stone brick. Okay. And I'm going to have 2 layers of glass here, unfortunately, but it's okay. Because we'll have this layer, right? This is going to keep in the water from the farm. And then I'm going to have another layer out here, which will keep all of the items falling into the water stream appropriately. Okay, which will be great. And I need more. Oops, that's stone there. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, we'll grab 2 stacks just to be sure. But this will be good. So once I get the kelp running, then I'll be able to do other things. I'll have a working. Yep, there we go. Yeah, once I get the kelp running, then I'll be able to fuel the furnace array, and that will let me end up smelting, end up allowing me to smelt stacks of stuff fairly quickly. So, you know, I'm a fan. Ooh, do I want to? I kind of do want to do another row of sea lanterns right at that level. Like right here. So it's like the same stuff. So we'll see the items flow up I'll have to brick in above them there, but the items will flow up and then hit this, and we'll be able to just have the same, basically the same glass wall, and we'll end up with a little bit of a, I don't know, do you get fog effect going, right, going this way? Not really. I mean, a little bit, but only 2 layers of glass is not going to do a lot of fog effect. Okay, cool. Well, all right. Well, let me see. Do I want to? I don't want to finish the whole thing right now. I should, but I'm not. But I do want to at least get the lights going across so I remember what I'm doing. Right, that'll keep things a little bit nicer. Okay. And I really hope, said not well tested, the whole self-healing aspect of this thing, but, and by not well tested, I mean I didn't test it at all. I mean, if the flying machine stops in the middle and is still kind of put together, it's fine. But, you know, I hope it'll kick off and do good things for it if it's stuck in the middle. But if not, we'll end up watching it fail and probably end up having to go fix it somehow. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, so we'll do that, and then this will come across, and I'll drop these down so that everything flows to where it needs to go based off of where these water streams are. And yeah, it'll be great fun. It'll be great fun. So we'll get all of the water flowing right into these channels and then up. Right, those are the bubble columns that come up into this the circle here, right? And that's going to whip them around, and the kelp will get pulled into the furnaces here, right? The smokers, again, sorting system, hoppers, smokers, you know the drill. And then eventually smelted, and we'll get fuel, which will be great. I'll probably have to stock those smokers by hand with coal or something, at least until it starts to build up a little bit, because it is going to take a while. And that's fine. It is absolutely fine. But that is going to have to do it for me today. It is late and I need to stop. But I do want to give a shout out to all of my supporters over at musicfreegaming.com, who are both awesome and amazing. And, you know, to be honest, so are the rest of you. But if you want to be extra awesome and amazing, you can become a supporter and have your name listed in the end credits by going to musicfreegaming.com. Sign up on any of the paid plans there to become a member. And you get some behind the scenes stuff. It's really cool. So check that action out. The next stream will be Thursday, 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, where I will be either be here or maybe in the April Fool's snapshot. We'll see what it's doing. And then Saturday morning. Right now the plan is 7:30 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. I might start a little bit earlier because I have to end early on Saturday. So we'll see how things go and how much sleep I get. But until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.